Hello friends, welcome back to your own channel, The HSC Coach. In today's video, we are going to talk about Nivosh IGC Element 1. But before we start Element 1, it is very important to understand the Nivosh IGC syllabus properly because recently the syllabus has been slightly updated. Units have changed and even the risk assessment format has been modified. If you are not clear about the syllabus and assessment pattern, you may face problem during the exam. I have already created a detailed video explaining the updated syllabus and assessment changes. You will find the links in the descriptions below. Make sure you watch them. Now in today's sessions, we are going to understand one very important topic. Why should we manage workplace health and safety? So let's start this session. Good morning everyone. Before we start today's sessions, I want to picture something very simple. A worker leaves home in the morning. His family expect him to return safely in the evening. But because of one unsafe conditions or one ignore hazard, he never comes back. Now think about this carefully. Was that accident bad luck or was it preventable? The truth is, most workplace accidents are preventable. They happen not because of fate, but because safety was ignored. And that is exactly why workplace health and safety management exists. Today we are starting element 1 of Nibosh IGC. This element does not teach us how to manage safety. It teaches us something more important. Why we must manage safety. If you understand this element clearly, the rest of the syllabus becomes much easier. So let's begin. First, we need to understand three basic words: health, safety, welfare. These three words form the foundations of occupational health and safety. Let's keep it simple. Health means complete physical, mental, and social well being. It is not just about being free from disease. In the workplace, health problems include things like stress, hearing loss from noise, breathing problems from dust, back pain from poor postures or chemical exposure. These usually develops slowly over time. Next is safety. Safety means protections from immediate injury. For example, slips, falls, cuts, electric shock, machine accident. When we use helmets, machine guards or fall protections, we are protecting safety. Now welfare. Welfare means facilities that keep workers comfortable and hygienic. Things like clean toilets, drinking water, rest areas, washing stations, and first aids. Without welfare, workers cannot work safely or comfortably. So remember this simple difference. Health is long-term protections. Safety is immediate protections. Welfare is comfort and hygiene. These definitions are very important for exams. Now let's talk about why we should manage health and safety. Now here comes the main questions. Why should companies spend time and money on safety? The answer is there are three strong reasons: moral reasons, legal reasons, and financial reasons. We call them the three pillars of safety. Let's understand each one clearly. First is the moral reason. This is about humanity. This is about doing the right thing. Every worker has the right to go home safe and healthy. Nobody should get injured just because they came to work. As employers or safety professionals, we have a duty of care. If we know hazards exist and still ignore it, that is morally wrong. Accidents cause pain, they cause suffering, they break families. So even if there were no laws and no fines, we should still protect workers because it is the right thing to do. Safety is about caring for people. Now let's talk about legal reasons. This makes safety compulsory. Every country has health and safety laws. These laws clearly says employers must provide safe workplaces. They must conduct a risk assessment. They must train workers. They must provide PPE. They must maintain equipment. If they fail, there are serious consequences: fines, court cases, work stoppage, even jail. So, safety is not optional, it is legally mandatory. No company can ignore safety and survive legally. Now, let's talk about money, means financial reasons. Many people think safety costs money, but actually accident costs much more. After an accident, there are direct costs. Medical bills, compensation, fines, equipment damage. These are the direct costs. But the hidden costs also there, which is bigger than the direct costs. Like production stops, projects are delayed, workers lost confidence, customers lost trust, insurance premium increase, reputations damage. So one accident can cost lakhs or even crores, but preventing accident costs much less. So remember this line: good safety is good business. Prevention is always cheaper than accident. Now let's talk about the legal frameworks and standards. To manage safety properly, organizations follow laws and standards. There are two main types of law: criminal law, which punish companies for breaking rules; civil law, which compensation injure workers. Apart from laws, companies also follow standards like ISO 45001. These standards provide a structured system to manage risks. Plan, do, check, act. This helps improve safety continuously. So laws tell us what we must do. Standard guide us how to do it better. Now let's talk about the employer responsibilities. Employers have the main responsibility for safety. They must provide a safe workplace. They must identify hazards and conduct risk assessments. They must create safe system of work. They must provide training and supervisions. They must supply PPE free of cost. They must maintain equipment. They must provide welfare facility. They must prepare emergency procedures. These are the responsibilities of employers. If employers fail to do so, then accident may happen. As safety officer, your role is to ensure these duties are being followed by the employers. Means these duties are fulfilled. Now let's talk about the worker responsibility and workers' rights. So what are the worker responsibility and what are the worker rights? Safety is teamwork. Worker also have responsibility. They must follow rules. They must use PV properly. They must report hazards. They must cooperate with management. At the same time, workers have rights also. They have the right to demand safe workplace. They have the right to training. They have a right to participate in safety matters, right to refuse unsafe work. So these are the rights of workers. So safety is a shared responsibility. It is not a single person's responsibility. That's why I told you this is a teamwork. Both employer and worker must work together. Now let's talk about the role of enforcement agency. What is the enforcement agency? Now you may wonder who checks if companies follow safety laws. Sometimes you see that the companies are not following safety laws. Then who is the persons or who is the someone who will check that the company is following safety laws or no? So here comes enforcement agencies. This is the job of enforcement agencies. These are government authorities responsible for workplace safety. They visit workplaces, they conduct inspections, they check documents like risk assessment and training records, they investigate accidents and complaints. If they find problems, they can issue improvement notices, which means fix the issue within a certain time, or they can issue prohibition notices, which means stop work immediately because it is dangerous. They can also prosecute companies in court and impose heavy fines. So enforcement agency act like safety police. Their main goal is to protect workers and ensure companies follow the law. That is why organization must always stay compliant and prepared. Now let's talk about the what are the consequences of poor safety management. Now let's see what happens when safety is ignored. Workers may get injured or killed. Families suffer. Companies face legal actions, heavy fines are imposed, work stops, production losses occur, reputation is damaged, customer lost trust. Sometimes businesses even shut down permanently. So poor safety does not just harm workers, it can destroy the entire organizations. Now I will explain it with the real life case study. Let's take a simple real life example. Imagine a construction site. Workers are working on scaffolding. The supervisor skips inspections to save time. Guardrails are missing. Workers are not wearing harnesses. One day, a worker falls from height and gets serious injury. Now think, what went wrong? First, moral reasons. What is the moral reason behind of this? When you see this scenario, so what is the moral failure here? They did not care about the worker safety. Now second is legal failure. What is the legal failure here? They broke safety laws by not inspecting and not providing fire protections. And third is financial failure. What is financial failure here in this case? So medical cost, compensation, project delay, investigations and loss of reputations. So these are the financial failures here. So one accident affected everything. This shows why safety management is essential. Now let's talk about some exam practice. So now let's practice like NIBOSH exams. Try answering this. Define health, define safety, list 3 moral reasons why for managing safety, list 4 employer responsibilities, state 2 worker rights. Now a scenario. With this scenario, you have to write down some moral, legal and financial consequences. What is the scenario? A company ignores PP and a worker gets injured. Now explain the consequences. You have to answer in 3 parts: moral consequences, legal consequences and financial consequences. Structure answer, give higher marks. Explain clearly, do not just list points. Now come to the conclusion. So today we have learned something very important. Health and safety is not just paperwork, it is about protecting lives, it is about following the law, and it is about protecting the business. Moral, legal and financial, these 3 reasons make safety absolutely necessary. Element 1 teaches us why safety matters. From the next element, we will learn how to manage safety using proper systems. Revise this element carefully because many exam questions come from here. Thank you everyone. See you in the next lecture.